All right, writers, we are getting there. So you have come so far on your book already. You have a title page. You have a table of contents. Today, I'm going to show you how to write the introduction. We'll get there in a minute. But then you should have your main paragraphs, each of which have bold words on the page and captions with photographs. And you've got your glossary and your index too. So today we are going to give our readers an introduction. The introduction always comes after the table of contents. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually erase that. So if I click on table of contents and I go to insert, actually if I click on slide and new slide, that I think is the easiest way to do it. When you get that new slide, it's going to be really big in the middle there. Just click on that and change it to say introduction. So introduction is an interesting word. It sounds really like how you spell it until you get to the end. So we have intro. So that's that first part here, intro, duck, and then shun sounds like an SH, but it's actually spelled Tion. And there's quite a lot of words in the English language that are spelled that way. So that is how you spell introduction. So make sure that you spell it correctly in yours. And then just like we've done before, we're going to move that text box so that it's closer to the top of the page and not in the middle there. So making it bigger there. And then I can take that part down here and move it up. So the introduction is a way to get your reader's brain starting to think about the topic of the book before you really get into the meaty facts and information that you want to teach them. You might remember that in reading, I've taught you that when you pick up a book and you get ready to start reading, especially if it's nonfiction, you want to ask yourself some questions before you even start reading. Like, what do I know about this topic? What questions do I have about this topic? What do I hope to learn about this topic? Right? You just start digging into your schema. You start to think, what do I already know? And by giving an introduction, it just lets your readers know, like, this is what it's going to be about. So you can start thinking about this topic. So when we write an introduction, we're going to keep it pretty simple to the big main idea of the whole paper, of the whole book. I'm going to show you a couple of different sentence starters that you could use for your writing. Some people say to hook your reader, like you kind of just hook them in, you get them interested in the topic. So you might say something like, let me tell you about, or would you like to hear about, or it's amazing to read about, or it was interesting to learn about, or did you know? So you can use one or two of these sentence starters to help you with your own introduction. So I'm going to toggle back to my book, and I think I'm going to start with, would you like to hear about the human brain? It is absolutely amazing. I'm going to toggle back and see, were there any other? So that said, it was amazing. So I switched up a little bit. So you feel free to switch them up a little bit as what you think sounds good. So now I'm even going to use this one, did you know? And so I'm letting the readers know, like, it's all about the human brain. And now I'm going to think about what were my subtopics. So I'm going to say, did you know that the brain has many jobs? Did you know that there are different parts of the brain? You'll love learning about how to make your brain stronger. Read on to learn more. So what I did was, my first sentence mentions the overall topic, which is the human brain. And then I put other sentences that just tell the main headings or the main subtopics of my paper. So my first subtopic was that it has many jobs. So I said, did you know the brain has many jobs? I don't tell the details of the jobs yet. I'm just letting my readers know, like, this is something you will be reading about. Did you know that there are different parts of the brain? So again, it kind of gets my reader, maybe they're going to start wondering, like, ooh, what are the parts of the brain? And then it just says, you'll love learning about how to make your brain stronger. So that's a phrase that we use sometimes if we want to make people think that what you're writing is going to be interesting. So that is how we do the introduction. It's just a way to hook your readers in, kind of let them know the topics of the book. You can include photographs in your introduction. You can say things in a little bit different ways than that, of course, but today you're going to work on creating the introduction for your nonfiction book. All right, writers, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks for your hard work.